And welcome back to another episode of Street Switch Photography, and this evening we're going to be taking a look at this Novara Media, which is a YouTube channel. It's a lefty YouTube channel, and I've been having a good look through it and watching some of the videos and everything else, and I just think it's absolutely sodding hilarious. So let's do this.
Street Switch Photography.
So welcome back to Street Switch Photography. Yes, I've found an absolutely hilarious YouTube channel. I just thought it was that I got a comment on one of my videos about this channel, and somebody was saying it's not a far left YouTube channel, so I thought I'd prove my point. There's numerous videos on here stop, the truth about small boats, the ones that have just been enlarged to fit over 100 people on just recently. In fact, let's start with that one. This one says it's upcoming, so we can't. This one isn't on yet. But there's some really, I think the best way I can describe them is strange videos. This is to do with the Green Party. There's one on here about Greta Thunberg and the boat that she went over to Gaza in and everything else, and they're trying to... The amount of derangedness in these people's minds is really shocking. It's really shocking just how brainwashed they actually are. Here's the first video. Let's have a look.
This portable heat air blaster will be in every home in the UK by 2026.
I'll get past the advert 1 minute.
It can heat a 900...
Rachel Millwood, lovely to meet you.
Thank you very much. Lovely to meet you too.
You are now the Deputy Leader of the Green Party for a month.
I am one of them. Well, hopefully for longer than a month. That made it sound like I was going to be the Deputy Leader for the month.
Yeah, it's not rotated, is it? How would you score the party under Zach over the last month? Out of 10.
Out of 10, about 25. I mean...
Brain fart. How would you score the party out of 10? Oh, about 25. And you want us to trust you with the budget of Great Britain. That's a big red flag for a start, isn't it?
It's the totally new energy. It's really exciting. Just thousands of new members, hundreds every day, going up in the polls. And
hundreds. You look at Reform, there's literally thousands every day. I mean, I've got to admit, these would make a good opposition party for Nigel Farage, because he'd have so much fun, wouldn't he? I mean... I just can't help myself but do these videos on this channel. It's hilarious. It is a lefty, far left channel. It's just really is funny. It's funny.
Just, I guess what excites me is like teenagers are telling me that Zach's appeared on my For You page. Like the Green Party didn't usually appear on their For You pages. So it's like a massive breakthrough in terms of media and coverage, and just really exciting to have the Green Party out there and people beginning, and I think only beginning to get the idea of what we stand for and the difference that
we know what you stand for, a far left ideology. It's as simple as that. Let's have a look at another one. I mean, there's Keir Starmer on there. I mean, I've got to admit they're not keen on Keir Starmer. This guy, he's
is Nigel Farage a fascist? They've been having...
No! I've done some research into this on what fascist actually means, and the far left like screaming fascist all the time. And if they actually go and look and do some research on it, they are probably the most fascist people you will meet.
A similar debate in the United States, of course, about Donald Trump since 2016.
Of course there is.
Over there's still no settled answer. Now it's the turn of the UK.
So does this mean when you find out that you're the fascist, you're going to stop calling all the people that basically, support Reform UK fascists? I very much doubt it. Now, make no mistake, these people are also linked to Palestine Action, Stop Racism, things like that, government-funded organisations that go out and agitate other protesters, and people like Antifa, and they absolutely love Hope Not Hate. And if you don't know who Hope Not Hate is, I've got another video on my channel. Go and take a look at that. And also go and take a look, whether you like him or not, at the Tommy Robinson documentary Panodrama. That explains exactly who Hope Not Hate are. They are a lying far left organisation, and somebody had the gall to turn around on my channel and say that these are not far left. They're basically so far up Hope Not Hate's arse. It's unbelievable.
At Tory party conference on Tuesday, former minister under Margaret...
Let's see if I can find it. Is Britain lefty? Right. Small boats. That's an upcoming one. How to survive AI. This is tragic. Yeah, this one will be interesting. Oh, I've already shown you that one in another video. Hold on. I will find something. There are some very good ones. Greta Thunberg finally released, the little troll-looking mother bugger. How very...
Hey guys, come here. I'll let you in on a secret. The biggest name in the game. They don't start from scratch.
Before the video starts...
This is how they can...
Before the video starts, what I'd like to turn around and say is basically there's a documentary coming out about the boat that she was on and everything else, and on the boat they were caught saying that they'd like to bomb Israel and all this sort of stuff, and that it was funded by Hamas and by the Muslim Brotherhood, actually proven. So anything this guy says now has just gone completely out the window before he's even opened his mouth. He looks like he's blowing me a kiss there, doesn't he?
Greta Thunberg and 170 other activists from the Gaza Aid Flotilla have been released from detention in Israel and deported. Shortly before we came on air, Greta Thunberg landed at Athens airport.
This is Greta Thunberg, who used to be for the Green Party, yeah. She doesn't want anything to do with you anymore, mate. She's found something else to do with her life other than worrying about, net zero and all that bullshit.
And addressed a crowd of supporters.
They are not even able to prevent the worst war crimes from happening. And I will never, ever comprehend how humans can be so evil that you would deliberately starve millions of people.
So when she says they're deliberately starving millions of people because Hamas are taking all the food and using it as bargaining chips, that's why. And that's been proven. They've got satellite imagery of them actually doing it. There's been plenty of aid going into Gaza and Palestine and all that shit, so she's chatting shit as usual. Anything that comes out of this woman's mouth is bullshit.
Living trapped under an illegal siege as a
illegal? So when they entered on October the 7th, that wasn't illegal.
Continuation of decades and decades of suffocating oppression, apartheid, occupation.
Now, as you can see there, the crowd was really fired up.
Yeah. All six of them. Now, the thing is, everybody's realised exactly who this Greta Thunberg is. She's an anomaly from the government, and they use her as a face of propaganda and things like that, and the silly cow doesn't realise exactly what they're doing to her and everything else. She's making herself look a complete and utter plonker. This is the second failed mission. Now, during the mission, just before, they call it a mission, by the way, just before the mission, it was proven that there was somebody of, let's just say, the LGBTQ4K movement actually on the boat, and Muslims actually said, we are not getting on the boat with them people. And they were arguing amongst themselves and everything. Anyway, they didn't realise there was a spy on board who's recorded absolutely everything, and they've caught everything on camera, saying that they'd love to bomb Israel, they'd like to get rid of every single Jew, they'd like to, all sorts of disgusting stuff. The documentary is still due to come out. There is a video on my channel if you want to go and take a look at that, and it looks to me like it's damning evidence of what these idiots actually try and cover up, and it's just laughable. It's so funny.
After they quietened down a bit, Greta Thunberg
quietened down a bit.
Continued.
God's sake.
What we aim to do with the global civil flotilla was to step up when our governments failed to do their legal obligation. Our government...
Their legal obligation. Their legal obligation is to protect their people in Israel. That is their legal obligation. I'm not saying Israel are perfect, because they're not. They are far from perfect. But when you have Hamas coming into your country and doing what they did, I sort of turn around and basically say they've got a right to defend themselves. They don't even know what genocide means, yet shouting commit mass genocide.
Are talking about ensuring human rights and the importance of getting humanitarian aid.
They love the old human rights, these lefties do, don't they? Oh, human rights. They don't think about the other people that have actually, had their rights violated. They don't like anything unless it's for their cause. Not even debate.
Gaza while failing to do their part and while failing to even the bare minimum ensuring safety for this mission.
There have been numerous reports of the flotilla.
She got a bottle of water as well. I've just had a comment basically saying, does she want another sandwich? They treated her very well last time, and she'll actually put out on radio that they'd been kidnapped. Now, this time round, she sent some flares up in the air, recorded it, and said it was drones. It was proven to be flares from the flotilla. That's how these people actually are.
The activists suffering cruel treatment at the hands of Israel.
Bullshit.
Greta Thunberg and other detainees were reportedly deprived of food and water and
No, they weren't. They got a meal deal, mate. That's what they got. They got a meal deal from them.
subjected to other cruel treatment after Israeli forces illegally detained them in international waters.
To be honest, why should they give them anything? Because they were entering their waters with a ship with a flag on that had attacked Israel and killed thousands of children and women and took a load of hostages. What do you expect them to do? But get real.
Journalist and activist Lorenzo D'Agostino was released in an earlier round of detainees being deported.
Oh, they're martyrs. If she was to say martyrs, she'd go, they're such martyrs. They're such martyrs, how they do.
He said this after landing in Turkey.
Greta Thunberg, a brave woman who is only 22 years old. She was humiliated and wrapped in an Israeli flag and exhibited like a trophy. I had the feeling of being in a really barbaric place, and I really hope that that this barbarism might be over soon.
The Swedish Foreign Ministry sent an email to people close to Greta Thunberg after one of their officials...
Did they? Oh, this will be interesting.
...visited her in detention. It said she informed us of dehydration. She has received insufficient amounts of both water and food. She also stated that she had...
Then why didn't they take enough with them, the fucking idiots? What? We'll just go on this long mission and we won't take any food or any water with us. We'll just, and then we'll blame Israel for that. Okay.
Developed rashes, which she suspects were caused by bedbugs. She spoke of harsh treatment and said she had been sitting for long periods on hard surfaces. And
oh, no. What about those people that have been kept in tunnels for the past 2.5 years? What about them people? It's all about her, isn't it?
Another detainee reportedly told another embassy that they had seen her being forced to hold flags while pictures were taken. She wondered whether images of her had been distributed. And the details of how Greta and other...
Oh, he's boring now. I'm going to go and find another video. Oh, there was one. That was a fairly recent one. Let me see if I can find it. This one about Raise the Colours. Where is it? Come on, it's here somewhere. It's got to be here somewhere, hasn't it? I know it's here somewhere. They're basically trying to say that the Raise the Colours is a far right movement, and the guy that's actually done it. 1 second. I will find it. Now, where would it say recently watched? 1 second. Recently watched. New. Dooby-dooby-doo. I'm just trying to find it, guys. Here it is. Found it.
Your business is only using 20% of its data.
Very interesting.
Sure, you could search for the other 80% all over the place.
Adverts,
or
really
you can find
nerves,
it in one place. HubSpot, where all the data makes all the difference. Learn more at HubSpot.com.
If you live in England and you're between 50 and 80, there's a chance you could get approved for up to 10,000.
Yeah, I've got
Understanding of why, I don't know if it's the...
Rewind.
The British far right is not famous for consistency. The
Straight in there, the British far right.
anti-immigration movement has presented itself as defending women.
Well, before he starts, I just want to say this is one person. One. Yet we've got hundreds of them over in France. Okay? Now, you'll know what I mean by saying this in a few seconds.
Yet in June last year, The Guardian reported, or in June this year...
The Guardian, you can trust The Guardian. Anything The Guardian say and the papers say, mainstream media, again, is so true. It's beautiful.
The Guardian reported that 2 in 5 of those arrested at last summer's far-right riots had been...
I bet he's going to say we're arrested for domestic abuse or something along those lines. Now, I haven't watched this.
Reported for domestic abuse. That's a depressing statistic, which shows you just how serious...
It's also an untrue statistic. it was actually proven, and there was an actual investigation into it. The people that was round Stockport at the time were actually found to be local residents. They hadn't travelled from far across the country to try and cause trouble. It was local residents that were pissed off because of what Axel Rudikabara had done to three children in that area.
Seriously, you should take.
This man's sick, isn't he? He's got lefty sickness.
Far-right protesters suddenly claiming to be passionate about women's safety.
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much.
A new report, though, has shown far-right hypocrisy on a more...
Where do they get their reports from? Is it hope, not hate? I bet it's hope, not hate. Now, they are proven liars.
surreal level, let's say. Because it turns out that one of the key figures behind the protests against irregular migration across the Channel has himself been convicted for illegally smuggling migrants across the Channel.
Right.
The man in question called...
One man.
Lee Twomley, pictured here leading a Britain First march through Manchester earlier this.
Now, I'd just like to make it clear this isn't the movement that he's referring to, or that we actually... I have nothing to do with the BNP. They're not a very nice organisation. But he's basically tarnishing everybody with the same brush just because that one man there was convicted of a criminal eviction of some description.
Summer, and Hope Not Hate wrote...
That's why they call everyone fascist. That's why they call everyone Nazis, isn't it?
This. So they say, we can reveal that Twomley was previously jailed for 20 months as part of a Salford gang that tried to smuggle 11 Vietnamese migrants across the Channel to pay off drug debts.
Yeah, but I bet they had passports, didn't they?
The gang made 2 bungled attempts to smuggle 8 men, 2 women and a child across the Eurotunnel in hire vans.
When all they had to do was go to France and come on a boat.
And were caught after failing to get insurance to drive in France.
I mean, come on. The dumbness of this. All they had to do was get them on a boat in France. That'd have been it. They wouldn't have been able to stop them.
Twomley pleaded guilty alongside 4 others in 2016, the defendants receiving a combined total of 7 years and 8 months behind bars.
Due to the other 6 Pakistani grooming gang members receiving 174 years.
For their crimes. Now, it's not...
Oh, he's finding something amusing.
I mean, in a way, this is a funny story.
It's so funny, bastards. It's so funny.
There are so few people who've been convicted of smuggling migrants. And there are so few people who lead far-right anti-migrant movements in this country. It just seems so surprising that someone is in the middle of...
It's because it's one, not thousands like we've got coming over them on the boats from France. Do you know what I mean? It's...
Venn diagram where they're both of them. But this...
Oh, the Venn diagram.
Guy is. Lee Twomley has appeared in another investigation this weekend. The Manchester Mill has reported that Twomley is...
a very trustworthy newspaper, the Manchester Mill, that no one's ever heard of.
One of the leaders behind the movement to raise England flags and Union Jacks around...
Oh, here we go. He's going to blame Raise the Colours.
Manchester. Again, this is a movement ostensibly against illegal immigration, which is being led...
Raise the Colours is against immigration. No, we're against illegal immigration. But the Raise the Colours has actually got absolutely nothing to do with that whatsoever, you twat. Nothing. It's about putting the flag up and being proud of your country. So get your sodding facts right, you fascist idiot.
By a man convicted of illegally smuggling migrants.
So what he's done there is he's linked this guy that's BNP to Raise the Colours and then basically said that everybody is against what he likes to call immigration when it's illegal immigration. So he's linked them 3 together somehow. This is the dumbest channel I've ever actually came across.
Earlier today, I spoke to the author of that piece in the Manchester Mill.
And his name was Douglas from Spalding.
Jack Walton. And I asked him how he connected
That's
Twomley...
even fucking worse, Jack Walton. And his mate Gary.
to the Raise the Flag movement
do it, Gary.
in Manchester?
We obviously noticed that flags were going up all around Salford.
Another champagne
first.
socialist right there, look. Living off mummy and daddy.
As you were...
Probably don't realise he attends these Palestine Action protests because he gets masked up because he's embarrassed about it and he doesn't want mummy and daddy knowing because they'll stop his allowance every month whilst he's at university.
As I say this, Leeds family...
He writes a column in the university newspaper which would explain that one that he's talking about, wouldn't it?
Just texted me, actually. But we noticed that flags were going up all around Salford, and then on Wednesday last week, they appeared in the city centre all around Manchester, mostly Piccadilly Gardens.
Yeah.
We were sort of searching around on sort of TikTok, online, socials, that sort of thing, for who was doing it. There was an account called Salford T-Bone, which appeared to be the kind of main person sharing videos of them all putting it up with the kind of weird far-right AI music backgrounds going on. I found his Facebook page.
They love that word far-right. They just love it. Go and Google how many far-right people are actually in Great Britain. You'll work out it's about 0.2%, I think, even less than that.
And he only had about 6 friends on there, so we just looked up all of them. One of them was Leeds family, who looks remarkably similar to Salford T-Bone. And as it turns out, as you mentioned a minute ago, there was a Hope Not Hate article from only about a couple of weeks ago, where Leeds family had been at the front of their Britain First march for remigration in Manchester, and they'd linked that back to an incident. And that
the Raise the Flags movement in Manchester, I suppose, wanted to remain anonymous, or at least pseudonymous.
Yeah, like you guys remain anonymous when you've got your masks on at the Palestine Action protests.
Is it because Lee Twomley has this embarrassing background and sort of didn't want too connected, or is that sort of part of the strategy with the Raise the Flags to make it somewhat anonymous? Because I suppose
most of the people I've seen putting up flags, I mean, when he was showing that video of him walking around, he didn't look like he was trying to stay very anonymous to me, completely showing his face out there in public. He might have been a member of the BNP or support the BNP in some way in his past. But to try and link him to far right things like that and all this sort of shit, they're just saying all this bullshit without any evidence whatsoever.
You're reporting what you basically did was
strange people.
Was connect a fake profile with a real person, but why was there a fake profile in the first place?
You could certainly guess that Leeds family is embarrassed about the contradiction between his sort of current political motive.
Now, I am going to say I don't think he's actually interviewing this guy. I think he sent him some questions and he's edited it to make it look like, because there's no crossover in the speech sort of thing. That's very sad.
And his past. When I spoke to another member of their group, a woman called Emma.
I'll make it up. There's a video of him appearing to slap a woman. Well, not appear. I mean, he does slap a woman. The recent Britain First protest.
Right, I'm just going to reverse that. Just watch. He slaps a woman round the face. Correct. She swings for him first.
So it sort of looked like she was trying to knock a camera out of his hand.
There you go. She swung for him first. So that would be what? Self-defense. Typical lefty, isn't it? Typical lefty. Go and hit someone. When they hit you back, play the victim.
And then he responded by slapping her.
Yeah, well, she slapped him first, you moron. And how do you know it was a woman? How do you know she don't identify as a fucking, I don't know, a garden shovel?
My understanding is you've put that to him. You said sort of at the very beginning of this interview, you're still getting messages from Lee Twomley. What's he saying? What's his responses to what you're putting to him?
The juicy bit
I'm
here.
very encouraging of flags. I think they're patriotic, purely for divisive purposes. It actually devalues the flag. I don't want to see that. I'm proud of our flag. I sit in.
Starmer, aren't you? So what we've got now is we're going to go to videos. I'm going to go back one. I think this is a live. Is this Novara Media? I think it is.
Way cheaper. Find great deals on refurbished tech on eBay.
a relaxed
3
one
reasons
today.
why you
I'm
need
not
this
bothered how
choking
many
rescue
views this
device in your
gets.
house.
There's about
Number
25
1,
adverts.
it can happen to you and your family. Choking is...
Arabi TV to say this.
They couldn't even get the timing right. It was just from 0, look. 0, 0, 0. They can't count.
And I'm joined today, as always, by my wonderful Thursday co-host, Daria Gabriel. Daria, how are you doing?
Is that a man? There's a bit of male pattern baldness going on there, isn't there?
Say.
I'm doing okay. I mean, today is not a slow news day. We can say that for sure. So I'm looking forward to getting into the details of the ceasefire, hopefully permanent end of...
In terms of hopefully achieving some lasting peace. Speaking of which, coming up tonight, Israel and Hamas agree to a ceasefire, but will it really end the war? I'll be joined by Trita Parsi.
That's a dude, isn't it? Male pattern baldness. That's a dude. That's a cock in a frock. That's what that is.
Millions of us in the UK are set to pay even more for our water bills. And Robert Jenrick says he didn't see a single white face in Birmingham. Stay tuned for all of that and more. If you'd like to support our work, you can sign up at novaramedia.com.
No, I'd rather not. This has been Street Switch Photography. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Go and hit the notification bell. And I will see you in the next one for some more of this shit. It's hilarious. What a channel. If anybody's on that channel and they don't like it, come and join my channel. Just hit subscribe. See you in a bit. Bye.
Street Switch Photography.
That is definitely 100